Hello everyone, this is your favorite Murtad live once again. And today we, as always, have another very interesting topic. Today we are going to see two very important subsects of Islam, of Sunni Islam, Hanafis and Shafis. And then in Hanafi we have Deobandis and etc. etc. But anyhow, after today, if you watch the whole session, you will have enough material to demolish any Hanafi and Shafi once and for all. Once and for all. And to show these things, I'm going to use some of the videos of Mufti Abu Layth. Uh, not just one, but multiple videos. Uh, and plus some of his statements as well. I will start with his comment of today because when he sent this comment, today, I saw this comment today. I was amazed that he is going this far. He actually demolished Sahih al-Bukhari in the past already. I don't know which way he's going, but he's he's actually becoming more and more atheist than a Muslim. Um, hey, number four. I think it's just you. Probably you can reduce your volume at your side. Love all my moms. Marek P. Ajay. Sefrim and Coffee Beans, Evu, Chloe, Umad, and XYZ and everyone. The Nemesis, welcome everyone. PR, Golden Showers Prophet. Sorry, man, it should be pretty late for you over there. So, guys, uh, let's check this out. Uh, Let me show my screen first. We'll start with this one and then we will go into forward. Mufti Abu Layth. I'm zooming in to the whole screen because the text should not be small for anyone and should be readable only even on phone screen. So let's look at him. This was done today, a couple of hours ago. I really want to reiterate that this is not about sectarianism or even an individual scholar. It's about the Imam being torn out of heart of the younger generation. Fair enough. Now, Deobandi and Brailvis, he's actually explicitly talking about them, and Ahlul Hadith. These are the three main sects of Hanafi school of thought. But okay, I have okay, no worries. I'm not. I'll fix that later, CD. So anyhow, so he is actually talking about these. It's a free world. You can be part of any sector group you want. It's your life. Live as you please. Personally, I have no. So imagine he is still saying you can be a part of any sector group, whereas he is going to show us the images of the book of Hanafi school of thought. This is the image, the first image. And he's telling us, who's telling us? I will tell you later. But imagine what he's telling us. If a man has intercourse with any underaged woman, ghusl means specific bathing will not become farad. It is not required on condition that semen. Okay, guys, before I read any further, uh, read the warning, please. All the contents today are going to be very explicit, very explicit. And if any of you are around kids or watching it on TV or watching it on speaker, now is the time to use headphones. Now is the time to use headphones. The contents today are very offensive. Very, very offensive. Yes, guys. So use headphones. This is Hanafi school of thought. The most authentic scholar of Hanafi school is telling us some things. His name is Maulana Ashraf Ali Thanvi, and I'm going to show you everything about him. But right now, I'm just going to show what Mufti Abu Layth actually took some screenshots. So once again, guys, now is the time. I hope you guys have your headphones on and everything on. Hey, welcome, Rob Christian. Yep, 18 plus material, guys. So this is from the from his book. It says if a man has intercourse with an underage woman, he used the in the English translation they say woman, but like look at over here. On account of her being underage, her front and back private part are very close by. So is that a woman or a baby? Is that a woman or a baby? And he explains it even further. He explains it even further. Will be difficult to differentiate between the two passages. Which two passages? The front and the back private part. This is the religious book. Yes, Diaz TV. This is the religious book. I welcome all the Sunnis who are listening and watching to come up to the live stream and expose me. If a man, okay, with underage woman, ghusl is a specific type of bathing. It's a specific type of bathing that once you actually perform intercourse, the ding dong, you have to cleanse yourself. But because it's a baby, the ghusl is not faraz. Faraz is that must requirement. On the condition that semen does not come out. So if the person has deflowered a baby whose front and back private part is so close to each other, and he has deflowered this kind of a baby, the ghusl is not mandatory. And the woman is so young that one fears that by having intercourse with her, her private parts become connected, means you will tear the passage between the front, the vagina, and the anus. The skin which is separating the front passage and the rear passage will be teared off. Let's dwell on this for now. Let's okay. If a person wraps his penis with a cloth and has intercourse, then ghusl will not become farad on a condition that the cloth is so thick that he does not feel the heat of the body, nor does he get any enjoyment from the intercourse. Uh, what's the requirement of an intercourse? Then if I lost, she lost me. Anyhow, we go forward. Let's see what is he saying more. Mufti Abu Layth exposing Islam. Okay, if the woman is underage but not so small. So the previous passage was about so small girls. Now this passage is about girls which are not babies but still underage. They have not yet reached the age of puberty, but they are still small, young. That if one has intercourse with her, there is fear of vaginal tissues tearing. So now we are not talking about babies that their vagina and anus passage is too close. Now we are talking about maybe 6 years, 7 years, 8 years, 9 years old girls that their vaginal tissue tearing to such an extent that the vagina and anus will virtually become together. Then, by the insertion of the glands of penis into her vagina, ghusl will ghusl, the bathing to cleanse yourself will become farad. The ghusl to cleanse yourself will become farad. Farad means mandatory. On the man, not on the woman. On the man, not on the woman. If he has reached the age of puberty, he, if the man has reached the age of puberty, so if the man is 18 years, 20 years, 25 years, 53 years, the ghusl is farad on the man, not on the girl, not on the underaged girl. However, however, if there is the aforementioned fear in a very minor girl, so now he's going back to his previous passage, which I just showed earlier, then mere insertion of the penis does not render ghusl obligatory. So basically, farad means duty of obligation. Yes. So yes, Muhammad was a true prophet of God, brother. Yes, Rob Christian. Very true. Very true, brother. Very true, brother. That's what we are seeing. Insertion of the penis does not render ghusl obligatory if man man if a person whose testicles have been cut off insert his penis into the back part of anyone or the vagina of a woman, ghusl will be farad on both of them. Both are mature. Uh, Affirmatively, it will be farad on the one who is mature only, not on the immature. So even if the testicles have been cut off, and hence still you are doing that in the anus part or the vagina part, in the anus part or the vagina part, ghusl will be farad on both. So we are talking about the, oh God, let's go. Let's read another one. And this is what Mufti Abu Layth shared. This is not what I am sharing right now. So you cannot say, hey, Adam, this is a false book. I'm going to show you the book. Don't worry. Relax. Take a chill pill. Check this page out. This is the first passage. This is the second passage. This is page number 75 of Bahishti Zevar. Bahisht means heaven. Zevar means uh, what does girl wear in the neck and hands? Jewelry. So this book is called Bahishti Zevar, the jewelry of heaven. And this book is explicitly written for females, for girls, so that when they should know their religion, so that they should be aware of what is coming in their life for them. This is the title page of the book. Maulana Ashraf Ali Thanvi, Heavenly Ornaments, Bahishti Zevar, a classic manual of Islamic sacred laws, comprehensive translation into English by Maulana Muhammad Mahmoodi. Who doesn't know Astaghfirullah, by the way? Is there a Muslim over here who said Astaghfirullah? Okay. So, who is Maulana Muhammad Ashraf Ali Thanvi? Let's go and check about him by the mouth of this own sacred Muslimin. May God have mercy on them. All right. Guys, listen, enjoy, and then I will going to talk further on this. By the way, this guy, this guy actually married a 10 years old girl as well, because this is absolutely halal. This is absolutely halal. Maulana Ashraf Thanvi, the follower of Imam Hanifa. He is such a big scholar that you have no idea. Let me just show you how big of a scholar he is.
He says that, and we know himself, he married, what was it, a 10-year-old as well, which I covered last week. This is the same Maulana Ashraf Ali Thanvi, okay, in his book, Beheshti Zevar, saying this. Apart from the other stuff, like you should beat up women if they do this, okay, don't excessively beat them, but beat them up, lock them up. She can't leave the house without your permission. Or
What? So Thanvi actually clearly translated what is written in Quran, and Abu Layth is saying he's wrong. FYI, FYI.
all of this, and you can see that right there. So just to un momentico,
Not a
right? I'm
single
just going
Deobandi
to.
that will not accept Maulana Thanvi's writings. Yes or no? Allama Thanvi, Sheikh Thanvi, Maulana Thanvi, whatever you want to call him.
So
Not a single Deobandi that will not accept Maulana Thanvi's writings. Yes or no? Allama Thanvi, Sheikh Thanvi, Maulana Thanvi, whatever you want to call
See,
him.
this is the.
He was one of the greatest scholars of the Deobandi legacy.
Many people from amongst the scholars and the pious have regarded him as to have been the mujaddid of the
He was the reviver of this entire
14th
century.
century. Even by looking at Hazrat Thanvi rahmatullah alayhi, he had such a lovable personality. When he would go anywhere, people would flock and just to see him and have a glimpse of him.
So that's now I'm going to show you here.
so did you guys catch it? He is regarded as one of the most authentic person for the Hanafi school of thought. Who are Deobandis? Like there is something called Deobandis as well, because he used the word Deobandi. So I'm going to explain by the mouth of Mufti Abu Layth who Deobandi is, because if I say something, they will say this kafir don't know anything. He's kafir, etc., etc. So let's look what a Muslim Mufti says about Deobandis before I could say something. There you go, guys. Watch.
You know,
Not a single Deobandi that will not accept Maulana Thanvi's writings. Yes or no? Allama Thanvi, Sheikh Thanvi, Maulana Thanvi, whatever you want to call him. He was one of the greatest scholars of the Deobandi legacy.
this is the problem, people. You know, somebody said a moment ago, somebody asked that why do these, that when I spoke about the Australian Deobandi Imam, why do these people, Maulana Shakib, why do they justify, why do they try to defend underage marriages? It's been so normalized to them. So
Did you guys hear what he said? He said why Australian Deobandis are talking about arranged marriages. Check this out again.
defend underage marriages. It's been so normalized to them, so normalized that they think like, well, okay, people don't do it today, but what's the big deal? And it shocks me, honestly, how widespread this nonsense is. Not a single Deobandi Imam will condemn this. You know, I
So Deobandi Imams are actually right on spot. Aisha was playing on the swing. Her mother called, not knowing what she wanted from her. The Ansari woman who said best wishes and Allah's blessing and a good luck. And she was handed over to Muhammad unexpectedly. So, arranged marriage is 100% Islamic. Why is he rejecting? So, is he rejecting Sahih al-Bukhari? Oh, yes, sorry, I forgot. He rejects Bukhari. He called it Bukhari Gate. So, the most earliest books of Islam talks about this stupidity, but he's rejecting it. What is he? I don't know. But let's listen forward what else he has to say.
I would love to see, recently Mufti Taqi spoke out against Khatma Bukhari. He said, oh, this might become a bid'ah. He condemned it. Yeah, it became a bit of a hoo-ha. Will he ever condemn this? No. Will any of these Deobandi Shuyukh, Mashayikh, Limbada Saab, these two, Bud, what are they, Sita Gita, any of the, will they ever call out this rape for what it is? No. They will continue, wallahi, in the UK. In the UK, this book is being taught in the maktabs, in where they have like Islam class or whatever. It's not like a developed madrasa, but in the mosque where they teach Islam to girls, they teach this book. Most Deobandi girls who have been brought up in this country will own a copy of this book. Did you know that? Most of them. There are
In the UK, guys, not in Pakistan, not in India, not in Saudi Arabia, in the UK and in Australia, this is the book which is present in every Hanafi mosque. What is Deobandi? He hasn't yet explained it. Let me see.
that are when and Deobandis are only a practicing group, so you don't get lay Deobandi like the way you get lay Brilvis, because common Muslims by default are Brilvi. It's only the religious kind that actively choose to be Deobandi. So you by default you're not just going to be Deobandi. So Deobandi are usually a practicing crowd.
Did you hear what he said? Did you hear what he said? Did you hear what he said? Deobandis are a specific subsect of Hanafi school of thought who are the most pious and the follower of the Sunnah, and are they are they you become a Deobandi. You become a Deobandi. It is not a subsect. So it is specifically happening in Indo-Pak region. It started because a lot of people left basic Sunnah. So they became, hey, we are Deobandis, we are followers, we are on the right path. Check this out. Why am I telling you? Listen to the
Are
guy.
Brilvi. It's only the religious kind that actively choose to be Deobandi. So you by default you're not just going to be Deobandi. So Deobandi are usually a practicing crowd. So in their households, they will have Beheshti Zeva. This is in that. This nonsense. Trying to say, well, you should you should inculcate the habit in this little 10-year-old after you forced yourself on her to take a ritual bath because, ghusl. And even though it's not wajib, but adat dalne ke liye. Yeah, you should have a habit. This is being taught here in the UK. But you see now, you may say, well, in some of these places they don't teach that chapter or paragraph. That is unacceptable. Wallahi, these books need to be burnt.
Yes. And so is the rest of them. Because now he said that having sex with prepubescent is rape, is child rape. And what is happening? Listen.
Okay, is utterly unacceptable. It is a betrayal to Allah and His Messenger that this kind of bullshit can be passed in the name of Islam.
Did he use the word bull with shit in the name of Islam, Allah and His Messenger? Sahih Bukhari 6130. What does that makes Muhammad? What does that makes Muhammad? Listen to him even further. Aisha playing with the dolls in the presence of Prophet. Playing with the dolls and similar objects and images is forbidden, but it was allowed for Aisha, as she has not yet reached the age of puberty.
Utterly unacceptable. Anybody who is promoting that book, two things. Wallahi. One, okay, they should be educated because maybe people don't know. Some people don't know this is.
He is talking about the Behishti Zever, the book written by Maulana Thanvi, but I'm just showing you Sahih al-Bukhari. You do 2 plus 2 yourself.
In there. They probably don't read it so thoroughly. It's not a big book, but they probably haven't read it all so attentively. So I would say at first they should be educated, okay, made aware and told, highlighted. Maybe this they because I don't believe most Deobandis would agree with this, but they're just going to be too chicken shit to be able to call it out for the nonce pedophilic kind of behavior that it is.
Okay. Did you just call your prophet pedophilic? Did you just call your prophet pedophilic? Uh, okay. Mufti Abu Layth. Mufti Abu Layth. Fair enough, buddy. Uh, like literally, I don't need to say anything more. Chicken, shit, pedophilic, because the book is explaining who the person who performs sex with prepubescent girl, uh, what should he do, how should he do the whistle, and etc. Okay.
They just won't be able to call it out. But I don't think most of them would agree with it. So they need to be educated and informed. Or if they are educated and informed and don't care, then wallahi, they need to be arrested.
They need to be what? They need to be arrested. They need to be what? Arrested. Watch again.
Or if they are educated and informed and don't care, then wallahi, they need to be arrested.
So, Mufti, are you a Quran only guy? So, do you believe in Quran, Mufti Abu Layth? My friend, I'm very generous with you guys. So, do you believe in Quran only? Check this out, guys. Enjoy.
If you look just at the Quran, you will get the indication that you can have sexual intercourse with a 5-year-old. If you just read the Quran, it is halal. It would be halal to have sexual intercourse with a 5-year-old. And the ones who had never been pubescent before.
Do I have to say anything more? Man, today my live stream, Muslims are going to refute Muslims. I would hardly say anything. My live stream today, all the Muslimin are going to refute Muslimin. That's the beauty of my live stream today. Aisha, Sahih al-Bukhari. Watch.
These people cannot be in positions of trust. Educating little girls, teaching them this kind of nonsense that this is what little should be done with little girls, make them grow a habit of how to take a ghusl shar'i, a ritual bath after being raped. Wallahi, this, I tell you something. This is the biggest betrayal, the khiyana, the biggest akbaru khiyana to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
But Prophet himself did that. He himself did that.
And I say this because wallahi, you've got no idea how common this book is. You're gonna think
Oh,
that, oh wow,
wallahi, I
this is
know.
going on, this book, nobody's even got this book. You'll be shocked how common this book is. This is commonplace. Beheshti Zevar. And they're gonna say, yeah, but our ulama said, yaar, you don't need to go by Beheshti Zevar. Koi baat nahi, yaar, koi isme chand baatein se likhi hui hain. You don't need to. No, condemn. You have to change that attitude.
All right. Uh, I think. Thank you, Mr. Mufti Abu Layth, for giving us such beautiful, beautiful information about uh, the books of Hanafi school of thought. Who is Maulana Ashraf Ali Thanvi? Let me just give you some Wikipedia information a little bit more so that you would know. Maulana Ashraf Ali Thanvi. He is one of the highest regarded Hanafi school of thought scholar who did Tafsir al Quran, who did Tafsir al Hadith. He's an Indian guy, Muslim. At that time, India and Pakistan was the same. They were not two countries. Um, um, because obviously Islam invaded Indo-Pak, India, and conquered it. That's how Islam came over there. He is he's a Shah, so basically he's from the Arab descent as well. Movement is Deobandi. That's the location over there. Um, so a very very ritualistic uh, jurisdiction, and Deobandis are basically belongs from Hanafi school of thought. Like I said, they are the most pious Hanafi school of thought. Okay, this is Maulana Ashraf Ali Thanvi, who married a 10 years old girl as well. If you look at Hanafi school of thought, Hanafi school of thought is one of the major four school of thoughts, one of the four major school of thought of Sunni Islam as well. Hanafi, Shafi, Hanbali, and Maliki. These are the four major school of thoughts. He's not some ABCD guy. He is called the wealth of knowledge. He's called the wealth of knowledge. He is regarded as the most authentic scholar. London, Pakistan, India, Australia, wherever you have Hanafis, their um belief system does not uh, end without this his book and his teaching, because he has taken all the information and compiled it into a book form. This is Maulana Ashraf Ali Thanvi. This information is good, right? Let me give you some more information, guys. Whoever came in now, please read the warning. I'm going to show you something more. Please read the warning, guys. Please read the warning. Please read the warning. Very important. Important warning for today, guys. Make sure and use your headphones. Use your headphones. All right. Let's look further. This is also from Bahishti Zever, which means the uh, the the jewelry of heaven. Watch.
You're not gonna believe how the penis is enlarged. I mean, you couldn't make this stuff up. Wallahi, this is in his book. You go to a graveyard. Abbe mere chache. What is this fixation with graveyards? Everything go to a graveyard. What should we do with the Quran? Put it in the graveyard.
Yeah, please do that. Please do that. That is the sentence I love. Like, seriously, I beg you, man. Yes, please do that.
I know. I need my penis enlarged. Okay, what shall I do? TK, I'm in the graveyard. What now? Bring back 7 big ants. 7 big ants. Kill them one by one. Oh, Maulana Saab. Kasme. Let's go on. Let's go on. What else? What should I do? Okay, I've killed him. 1, 2, one by one. One by one, I've killed him. Next, put them in jasmine oil in a bottle. Okay. If things were ominous enough already, what should I do now? I've got 7 dead ants, big ants that are dead one by one in jasmine oil. What do I do next? Bury that bottle in goat's droppings for a day and night. Okay, wait there, wait there, wait there. Then what? Next day, take it out. Mix these ants properly in the oil. Rub your private parts with a thick cloth until it is reddish. Then massage this oil on it and leave it for 20 minutes. And inshallah, your I mean,
Bahishti Zever, the jewelry of heaven. Just like you will have never limping penis in heaven, and you want a penis in this world which is also not limping. Do this, do this, do this. Man, this is and this guy is in UK. He is a Brit, born Pakistani, from a Pakistani origin, so-called Mufti. He have studied, he has done PhD, and he is denouncing his own fiqh. But no, he is not Hanafi. That's why he's doing that. So what is he? He's Salafi or he's Maliki or he's Salafi. I think he's Salafi. मेरा ख्याल है he's Salafi. Let's look at what Salafi thinks about this and what Salafis say about this. Mr. Hazrat Maulana Mufti Abu Layth. Why should I expose you? Let me use your own Islamic people to expose you. Let me use your own Islamic people to expose you. Shias hate Sunnis. Sunnis hate Shias. Shias hate Sunnis because Muhammad's after Muhammad, the Khilafat should go to Hazrat Ali. Whereas Sunnis says no, it should be consensus, and that is why Abu Bakr was made Khalif. But Abu Bakr was made Khalif because he gave his daughter, a young pre-pubescent daughter, to Muhammad. But once again, that's not my topic today. Let's look how Shia exposes moralities of Salafis, of Salafis, Salafi. All right. Hanafi, Shafi, Hanbali, Maliki. We are gonna do it today a lot. First example of Sunni moralities. Shias are writing this article to denounce Sunnis that why do you say that muta is forbidden? Because muta is the most authentic thing and we should always do that. And without muta, you have these kind of problems. What kind of problems? Let's look at how they explain it. And they say, they give the article, this is the article, you click on it and you will see the Arabic of it as well. So in every translation that they have given an article link where you can click. And then what happened was that because it opened in a different screen, let me just do that for now, hold on. So I clicked that and you will have this kind of a page open and they will actually tell you that this is the book, this is the Arabic. So everything that they have over there on this page, it has a link. Through that link, you can reach to this location or the location that will take you to the actual content. So let me go back to the original page where Shias are going to expose it. So everything, there is a link. You can see the link. Click on that link and you will go there. All right. Ibn Aqil and many other scholars and our Sheikh Ibn Taymiyyah. Ibn Taymiyyah. Ibn Taymiyyah is one of the most authentic scholars. Have ruled that masturbation is makruh, means disliked, and never explicitly said that it was haram. So you can do masturbation. Masturbation is halal. It's makruh. It's disliked, but it's halal, not haram. It is not haram, but it's disliked for male and for female. For male and for female. Let me go and expose how. If a man is torn between continued desire, releasing it, and if this man does not have a wife or does not have a slave girl, but he does not marry, then if a man is overwhelmed by the desire and he fears that he will suffer because of his passion, etc., etc., then it is permissible for him to masturbate. And Ahmad ibn Hanbal, Hanbali school of short, now we have Hanbalis, is explicit on this. Furthermore, it is narrated that companions of Prophet Muhammad used to masturbate while they were on military expedition on traveling. Talia! Talia! All right, let's read further. And second example of Sunni moralities. If a woman does not have a husband and her lust becomes strong, then some of our scholars say, not all, some, some. Ibn Qayyim is writing, it is permissible for a woman to take a akhrabij, what is that? Which is a piece of leather worked until it becomes like a shape of a penis and inserts it in herself. She may also use cucumber. Guys, remember, if you go to a Muslim home, before eating a cucumber, make sure that you don't eat a cucumber. Just make sure you don't eat a cucumber. Yeah, just don't. According to Saudi government, they for purchase a large number of such dildos and distributing them to old widows, otherwise unattractive women who cannot marry, since it is permissible according to Dr. Salema. Okay, now this is Hanbalis and Shafis. Now let's go forward. Third example of Sunni morality. If a man makes a hole in a watermelon, Ibn Qayyim is also saying that, or a piece of dough, which you can use to make bread, piece of dough before you made a bread of it, uh, or a leather skin, or a status, and has sex with it. What? You have sex with watermelon? Okay. Then this is the same as what we have said about other type of masturbation, i.e., that it is halal in the same circumstances given before, such as being on a journey. In fact, it is easier than masturbation with one hand. Oh, so it is easier. So basically, Ibn Qayyim is saying that he has experienced it instead of using hand, using a watermelon or a piece of dough. Ah, ah, yeah, never, Rob Christian, never, never. You can go and buy it and then eat it. Don't eat watermelon from the home, man. Okay, forget the comments. Let's go forward. What he's saying is, let us remember the words of Dr. Salama quoted. Muta. Now they are actually refuting muta. They are actually refuting muta. Muta, on the other hand, is an open license for sexual pleasure with as many women as one can financially afford. And that's right. That is right. Muta is a license for sexual pleasure. He's right. The women who engage in muta are hired women. Yes, they are called rented women. Yes. Thus, it can be performed with all women irrespective of their age, character, conduct, or religion. Not exactly, they have to be Muslima, but fair enough. It requires no witness, nor there are any obligation on the man's part to provide food and shelter to that woman. Fair enough, that is true because after the after the effing, that woman is done. The time period is done, it's gone. So now these Shias are asking the Sunnis some questions. These questions are very important and I want to read these questions out loud. Well, it seems that Nasibi's logic have sex with as many women as one can afford is utterly immoral. But having sex with as many watermelons as one can afford is not. So they are comparing, Shias are comparing watermelon with women. But fair enough. I can't do that, but like I like those comments so much that I want to read that. Based on this, let us ask him some questions about ihkam. Ihkam means uh, the order. To have sex with watermelons, are there any conditions as to age of watermelon? For example, is it allowed to perform a marriage with the intent to divorce with a newly grown watermelon? Or must wait until the watermelon is 9 years of age? So basically, in trying to refute the watermelon argument, because they refuted muta, he is comparing muta with watermelon. Okay, let's read the next one. Must it be pious watermelon? Or is it permissible to conduct a marriage when intent to divorce with a watermelon that is known to be get around? May a pious brother share his watermelon with another pious brother? Okay, so so the question is, can you perform the ding dong with a watermelon and then give it to your brother so that he can perform the ding dong with the same watermelon? Or would the second man marriage with the intent to divorce consist as sex act of fornication until the watermelon observes proper idda? Idda is a 3 months waiting period once you divorce a woman. Man, I love Shias now. I'm gonna recite the Shahada of Shiaism now. It's so good. Are witness required in marriage? The intent to divorce a watermelon? May other watermelon serve as witness in the marriage? Since according to Sunni fiqh, all marriage requires witness. Applying the Sunni principle of chaos, we can strongly argue that if it is allowed to marry a watermelon, then certainly it is allowed for a watermelon to bear witness to another watermelon's blessed and chaste marriage. And the last question is, what about oranges? Oh, God have mercy on them, man. God have mercy on them. So just to denounce muta, so just to say that muta is the right thing, they are destroying watermelon sex. Ah, ha, ha, ha. Okay, let's read the fourth example. Now we have Salafi. Previously, the first three examples were Hanafi. Now Salafi. Can suckle a Salafi woman with a beard? So this is the same hadith that we already know. That let's read it. Aisha reported that Saleh bint Suhail came to Allah Apostle and said, Messenger of Allah, Salim, the free slave, is living with us in our house, and he has attained puberty, as man attained it, and has acquired knowledge, as man acquired. Whereupon he said, suckle him, so that he may become unlawful in marriage to you. I refrained from for a year or so on account of fear. She was obviously she was fearful. That is good. She has to be. I then met Al Qasim and said to him, you narrated to me a hadith which I do not narrate afterwards. He said, what is that? I informed him. Whereupon he said, narrate it to my authority that Aisha had narrated it to me. And there are so many other hadiths on that subject. Now the comment is Dr. Salema, who accused Shia of being filthy, proponent of muta, what right do you have to when attack us when have the above fatwa of Aisha allowing your women to suckle men with beards so as to make them mahram? How many pubscent Salafi men has your mother suckled so they can enter your house? When your mahrab allows your mother daughter to breastfeed men with beards, what gives you right to attack practice of muta? If today any Nasibi tries to suggest that this practice no longer exists in their school and it was only Aisha who had issued the fatwa, then we shall present the thought of their Imam Taymiyah as quoted one of the several school of Salafis. And it says, Sheikh Ibn Taymiyah choose to explain in detail and said, if the breast suckling by any adult was necessary and suckled, then the prohibition is of marriage is established. And then he is giving some other. So these guys are so angry that Sunnis are saying muta is haram and it's a bad filthy practice. Yeah, your dog can do that as well. I have done a full detail on that. Fifth example of Sunni morality. If he had sexual intercourse with an animal, that will not make his Hajj void. So if you are on a Hajj and you perform, you get very horny and you perform Hajj, you perform uh, this with animal, mm, the Hajj is not void. FYI. Okay, we go even forward. Sixth example of Sunni moralities. Guys, I'm not saying that. It's already written. It was narrated by Ahmad that a man came to him, feared that he would ejaculate while he was fasting. I don't know how you ejaculate, like unless you actually perform certain things, but Whatever. Ahmad said, what I see is that he can release semen without running the fast, ruining the fast. He can masturbate using his hands or the hands of his wife. If he has an amma, whether be it a girl or a little child, she can masturbate for him using her hands. And if she was a non believer, he can sleep with her without releasing his semen. If he released it in her, it becomes impermissible because he is fasting. Because he is fasting. But if the little girl uses her hand, or a little child uses his hand to masturbate for him because he is fasting, then it is okay. The fast will not be broken. And but yeah, 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 yes, 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 exactly. Yep. Uh, that's the question you should ask them, buddy. Them fasting. Yeah. And this information is here. The link is provided already, the Arabic link. And then we go to page number 820. Sex with animals, dead people, and masturbation does not invalidate one's fast, provided ejaculation does not occur. So if ejaculation has occurred while you are having sex with animals, dead people, then your fast is broken. Because if you ejaculate, then the fast is broken, otherwise it is not. This is Shias exposing Sunni Islam. This is Shia exposing Sunni Islam because Sunni said muta is a bad, filthy practice. Let's read forward. Seventh example of Sunni morality. The permissibility of praying behind a drunk person. Whatever, forget that. Not good. Okay. Permissibility to pay a woman for sex without the fear of Islamic punishment. We read in this, if a man informs a woman that he is paying her for sex, then he cannot be subject to any manner of Islamic penalty. Okay. Darul Makhtur, volume number 2, page number 474. And this is the link. You can read it. During the pre-Islamic period of ignorance, I saw a she monkey surrounded by a number of monkeys. They were all stoning it because it has committed illegal sexual intercourse. I too stoned it along with them because the monkey did not pay the she monkey. Yeah. Ninth example of Sunni molarity. Of things which are haram for you, which is no Islamic penalty, these includes marrying your wife's sister or her mother or a woman who is already married. Oh man. So 10th example is all of these. Forget that. I'm gonna skip these examples. Deobandi death ritual. So Deobandi's death ritual is very, very important as well. Read this. On an occasion, I had opportunity to see a dead body, and I said he's not dead but alive. People asked, "How do you know?" I replied, "When a man dies, his anus goes cold." And I have made this comment in the light of this fact. Verily, he is alive. Upon saying this, all of those present placed their fingers in the body's anus and concluded he is not dead but alive. Uh, uh, how about you guys put your hand near the nose and see if he's breathing? Uh, wouldn't that be a much easier test? Nose, you know, breathe, you know. Yeah. Okay. 12th example. Aisha would give sex advice to Suhaba. Now imagine Who male guy is going to a female kiddo asking for sexual advice? This is Sahih al-Muslim, book number 3, hadith number 684. Different opinion between the groups is etc. The Ansar said the bath because of sexual intercourse becomes obligatory only when the semen spurts out of ejaculation. But the Majrab said when a man has sexual intercourse, a bath becomes obligatory no matter what. Abu Musa said, well, I satisfy you on this issue. He said, I got up, went to Aisha and sought her permission, and it was granted. And I said to her, O mother of the faithful, I want to ask you about a matter which I feel shy. She said, don't feel shy of asking me about things which you can ask your mother, who gave you birth, for I am too your mother. Upon this, I said, what makes a bath obligatory for a person? She replied, you have to come across one well informed. The Messenger of Allah said, when anyone sits amidst four parts of the woman, and in the circumcised parts touches each other, a bath becomes obligatory. And yeah, forget that one. Forget that one. Forget that one. Okay. Mavia's legitimize of adultery of his father. Ah, ha, ha, ha. Mavia, so Shias hate Mavia. They hate Mavia. Amir Mavia, they hate him. Declaring that Zaid was his brother was the first act that was open contradiction to the laws of Sharia, because Rasulullah said that the legitimate child is the one born from wedlock. This is another problem I've shown you, that if you have not married somebody and have sex, means the child of your sexual lust without marriage, you can even marry that girl if she is a girl and she grows up a little. So that's also Sharia. Muawiyah declaring Zaid to be son of Abu Sufyan was the first act that he contracted order of Rasulullah. But that's, forget that part. For now, I have shown that in the past as well. 15th example of morality Rasulullah. Read. Ah, narrated by Aisha, Sahih al-Bukhari, Hadith, Volume 1, Book number 6, Hadith 295. The Prophet used to lean on my lap and recite Quran while I was in menses. Ah, ha, 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 ha. Forget that. This is a big problem. Aisha performing ghusl in front of men once again. Sahih al-Bukhari. Solama and his brother, two people, came to Aisha, said, how did Prophet take bath? Aisha took the pot containing saw of water and she started taking a bath, and at that time there was just a small piece of curtain or cloth between them. Sunnis, Shias explaining Sunnis. Uh, uh, Yazid. Yazid. And Yazid, Shias hate Yazid as well, because Yazid, Imam Hassan and Imam Hussein was killed on the order of Yazid. I am not weak like Usman, and I am not cunning like Muawiyah, and I am not homosexual like Yazid. So they are saying Yazid, whom you call Amir or Amir Yazid, was a homosexual guy. That's what they are showing, because they hate Yazid. By Allah, we oppose Yazid at the point when we feared that those stones would rain down on us from the skies. He was Fasik, who collaborated with his mother, oops, sister, oops, daughters, drank alcohol, and did not offer salah. Oh, that's what Yazid is. The sixth caliph. That's what Yazid is. The sixth caliph of the Ummah. And okay, Umar bin al-Khattab placed his hand inside a camel's anus and commented, I'm afraid that someone might ask what is wrong with you, but he was checking if the camel is not uh, dead. Man. So anyhow, like I said today, instead of me uh, saying something, these people will going to say everything. These people will going to say everything. This explains why sultans had imperial harem and followed these ritual to the yes. Sultans had so many harems with so many women that they enjoy, and they use those women from the Jews and the Christians and the Gentiles, everyone. So, guys, is there a Muslim over here? How about a Hanafi or a Shafi Muslim? Any Hanafi or Shafi Muslim? Anyone? Okay, I'm gonna share an invite for everyone to come up. There you go. Invite. Who wants to come up and tell me about this beautiful religion of Islam, the Bahishti Zever, and everything that I have shown today? This is Islam. Any Muslim? Any Muslim? What happened to all of these Muslims today? What happened to them? Like, everyone is so scared that their own scholars are denouncing them, right? So check this out. Filth, man. Such filth. This is what I was showing today earlier. Mufti Abu Layth made a comment today. Okay, this is what Mufti Abu Layth did. Yeah, Asif Baloch, welcome. Yes, so many Quranic errors, man. Anyhow, so many. This is the comments on his stream. There is some very beautiful comments on his stream. Uh, this is absolutely disgusting. Thank you, Mufti, for fighting for the right principle of your faith. I'm not a Muslim, but love your insight and commentary. You're not a Muslim. You don't know Jack what he is doing, but you are sending a comment. Hey, Mufti, you are very good. Man, like, love it, man. Love it. Just read it. Imagine that. Imagine that. Shocking stuff. How this is still distributed today in the West is unbelievable. Even though it is not sectarian attack, the problem, the cult mentality of these groups, dude, your own Muhammad did that. Your bandis will defend their elders before anyone, including Prophet. Oh man. I am a non-Muslim, but in my reading of Islam, becoming extremely difficult to separate the religion from its cultural manifestation. Is it even possible? If so, where does one begin? Hey, Mister, whatever your name is, read what is in Quran and read what is in the Sahih Hadiths, the Kitabu Sitta, and you will see everything that Mufti is trying to denounce is already there. It's already there. It's already there. Yeah, come on, man. There you go.
If you look just at the Quran, you will get the indication that you can have sexual intercourse with a 5-year-old. If you just read the Quran, it is halal. It would be halal to have sexual intercourse with a 5-year-old. And the ones who had never been pubescent before.
Yep. Yep. Okay, check this out. Chimi Malko. Uh, uh, the sad thing is, most people that become Muslim was because Islam was relaxed and not strict. At the Catholic Church, were taken on the cultural sensitivity of etc. British Empire. Man, they have no idea what they are saying, but they are just saying. They have no idea what they are saying, but they are just saying. Uh, and ah, mm, yeah, that's a good one. Now, Al Haq Productions are calling him out and saying, "Hey, you are stupid, you are idiot, you are wrong." So, is there any Muslim on my channel right now? Come on, guys. There are so many people and not a single Muslim. How is it possible? Ah, that's a good one. Is Allah hopeless and helpless and no power at all? Good one. Brain Baker. That's a good comment. I like that one. But there is another comment. I can't find it. Uh, left. This one. Chip. Mufti. I can testify to this. I studied in madrasa and I left Islam. You brought me back. May Allah reward you. So, but somehow this Mufti brought him to his back to Islam. Hey, Chip. Your Mufti is a lying son of a devil. Come and I'll show you what reality is. FYI. Anyhow, guys, Mufti Abu Layth is one of those guys who actually denounces Sahih al-Bukhari as well. He made a video about Sahih al-Bukhari. He called him Bukhari Gate. And then there is another Mufti who's trying to say, hey, you are a fool. Read what he's saying. Listen to what he's saying.
Things which you have made a fatwa, which is totally, I can say, sorry to say,
Sorry about that. The ad started.
it's all rubbish. You have only given the fatwa from one side. You have not quoted the opinions, other opinions, and you have not officially and academically refuted them. So that's those fatwas of yours and understanding has got no base to that. And you were exposed properly. And that's why some of the scholars did say that make another religion, La ilaha illallah, Abu Layth Rasulullah, La ilaha illallah, Islam of Abu Layth. Yeah, that's
So, should I say it from my mouth? Why? Why should I say it from my mouth? Why should I say it from my mouth? One Mufti calling out another Mufti. One Mufti calling out another Mufti. There you go.
Brother Abu Layth. Whatever you have taught, you know there is a video about Mufti Abu Layth exposed. At least those things which you have made a fatwa, which is totally, I can say, sorry to say this, it's all rubbish. You have only given the fatwa from one side. You have not quoted the opinions, other opinions, and you have not officially and academically refuted them. So that's those fatwas of yours and understanding has got no base to that. And you were exposed properly. And that's why some of the scholars did say that make another religion, La ilaha illallah, Abu Layth Rasulullah, La ilaha illallah, Islam of Abu Layth. Yeah.
Illallah, Abu Layth, Rasulullah. Man, I just love it. I just love it. Like, what did I say? He actually recited the Shahada. The actual Shahada is La ilaha illallah, Muhammad Rasulullah, that there is no God but Allah and Muhammad is the Prophet of Allah. But he is changing the Shahada to La ilaha illallah, Abu Layth Rasulullah means Abu Layth, which is this Mufti Abu Layth, is the prophet of Allah. So he's saying you are trying to start a new religion. So that's the Arabic that he is saying. I love it, man. I just love it. I just love it.
not officially and academically refuted them. So that's those fatwas of yours and understanding has got no base to that. And you were exposed properly. And that's why some of the scholars did say that make another religion, La ilaha illallah, Abu Layth Rasulullah, La ilaha illallah, Islam of Abu Layth. Yeah, that could be a possibility, but that this is where you are.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, brother, for explaining that this Abu Lahab is trying to create a new religion of Islam, which has nothing to do with Islam. Because no matter what you do, no matter what you do, he's wrong. He is amazed by looking at these stupidities, but at the end of the day, he cannot denounce these things because these are written in the most authentic sources of Islam. You cannot run away from this subject. And that is why this guy is saying La ilaha illallah Abu Layth Rasulullah. Man. Yeah, the Islam of Abu Layth. The Islam of Abu Layth. Layth. Abu Layth. Haha. Yes, they these modern scholars are trying to change Islam, but thankfully all of these books are already printed. They are not on just the internet, but they are printed, and hence they cannot just run away from the subject. Anybody who wants to come up, last time I closed my stream and some people wanted to come up and were not able to. Now is the time to anybody who would like to come up. Uh, anyone. I have shared the link. Let me share the invite again. Let me share the invite again to everyone. Whoever wants to come up, now is the time. FYI, I will add one person to the stream, and while you are sitting behind the scene, wait for the first person to finish. Once that person is finished, then I will add you up to the stream. That's just an FYI, because last time there were quite a few who said that they wanted to come up. So, guys, now is the time. And Abu Layth is an awesome uh, person. He's giving us so much information that uh, I just uh, John Doe. Why don't you come up? Why is your name like the name of Muhammad's father? Oh, John Doe, the copy paste John Doe. Come up. Why are you hiding over there and stating certain things over there? Come up live. I have shared the link. So let's see what you have to say. By the way, Muhammad's father name was John Doe as well. If nobody knows that, let me explain it how. So, uh, when somebody dies and he doesn't have a wallet in his pocket or anything, that person's name is written as John Doe, right? Uh, when somebody dies in an Arab country, usually what they write is Abdullah, slave of Allah, John Doe. So Muhammad's father name was John Doe. Uh, that's what it is. All right, John Doe. All right, guys. Seems like Today nobody wants to come up, whereas yesterday everybody wanted to come up. So I'm asking everyone, not just Muslims. Some of my brothers and sisters wanted to come up yesterday. So now is the time. Uh, he's destroying Islam from inside. Yep, that's what he is doing. That is exactly what he is doing. Uh-huh. Hey, Asif Baloch, I don't think you are a Muslim. Are you? Just a question. Uh, Iwu, he's doing very well. Up till my last information, yep, he's doing well. Praise Lord. Henry, send your question. Dun, 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 dun. So today, all the Muslims were so quiet. Like this is the time when we have a lot of Muslims. Hey, Forrest, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you, Adam? Long time no see.
Yeah, long time, long time. How are you? How are you? How's it? How's everything?
I'm everything is okay. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. I had a family member who had um corona. I'm fine.
Oh, I'm
I was
sorry.
trying to uh, I was taking care of my family who had coronavirus, and so we were quarantined.
You are listening to the live stream as well, so everything is repeating. You have to close your live stream.
Okay, give me a moment.
Sure thing. Asif Lodge, okay, thanks for letting me know. Appreciate it. Uh, all right, so hmm. while while we wait, whatever Abu Layth actually refuted, uh, tried to refute. Basically, let me just put it this way: Muhammad did that. The marriage without the consent of the lady, marriage before puberty, it's all done. And I like Abu Layth now. And by the way, Abu Layth, according to your own scholars, you are creating your own Islam. So go find a better religion because Islam is not fit for you, brother. Not fit for you. Seriously, get out of that hellhole. Hi, Forrest. You can
Hi.
stop your cam. Yep. Now you're here.
So I have a good question for you. This guy Abule, he keeps poking. What is stopping him from leaving Islam?
That's my question as well. Like, what he's trying to refute Bukhari, some parts of Bukhari. He's refuting some parts of Sahih al-Muslim as well. So, uh, what he's saying is anything which is good, I accept. Anything that is not according to my modern cultural, social, uh, uh, are taboos in my modern culture and society, that's wrong. So yeah, that's his approach basically. Let me just put it this way.
So he's cherry picking whatever he
Hmm.
wants and then say, okay, this fits Islam, this doesn't fit Islam. Because he's quite a brilliant person. He's actually poking, and it's kind of an entertainment. But I can't wrap my head around as to why then when he's seeing so much of an issue, so much a problem, and he's pointing it out to everybody in the open, then why aren't you leaving Islam?
Exactly. Like, but like once again, he's cherry picker. You're absolutely right. He's Rogers. In Canada there is a company called Rogers Cherry Pick, right? If I'm not
Um,
mistaken.
Don Cherry. Are
Don
you
Cherry.
talking
Okay.
Don Cherry, the hockey? He was a he used to run the commentary for hockey, ice hockey. Don Cherry he used to wear the rose on the right hand on his suit, right? That's the one you're
You
talking about. Don Cherry. He had a beard.
Not exactly, but fair enough. I just know Rogers cherry picking or something like that. So probably I'm wrong, but yeah, that's who he is in reality. So let me just. There is another very interesting video of his. Um,
Yeah, because he also criticized what's his name, the guy who talks about the holes in the narrative, Yasser Qadi, and all of this thing. Even when Yasser Qadi talked, I think you showed that video about Allah's sperm, the sperm that you talked about. He keeps criticizing, but in a way, Yasser Qadi is right. So I'm not sure why he poking fun at Yasser Qadi when he's talking the right thing about Allah's sperm, and he's going strong, strong. But he was right. So why you so upset about something what he saw when he's telling the truth?
uh, so you are saying that, okay, let me tell you something. Okay, now this brings to another topic. You you saw his video about holes in the narrative of Yasser Qadi. He's
Mhm.
denouncing Yasser Qadi, right?
Yes.
Okay. Hold on. Give me a sec. Let me find his video. I've done another video of Abu Layth where Abu Layth is awesome.
No, because you remember, I think you did a video about shower of Siemens of Allah, right?
Yep,
Because
yep,
Yasser Qadi
yep.
spoke about that, and Yasser Qadi was right when he talked about that. So he got angry about it. Every time Yasser Qadi says something, he gets mad about it. But when he says something that is part of the Quran, but he's making fun of it, then no, everybody has to accept what he says. I mean, that's not right. He keeps cherry picking.
That's what Islam is, in essence. That's like, quite frankly, I've seen in the past that no matter what you do, if you don't cherry pick, you will actually have to leave Islam.
Yeah, but I find it
If you
strange for him to criticize Yasser Qadi when Yasser Qadi sometimes is talking sometimes truth about the Quran. He is talking truth. So why is he getting mad at Yasser Qadi when Yasser Qadi
check this
spoke
out,
about the sperm shower, when you did that thing about sperms of Allah, whatever, Yasser Qadi said the truth. Isn't that right?
yes, and he's refuting him. But check this out. You talked about the holes in the narrative.
Yes.
He is right now trying to defend and say that in this. Oh, sorry, wrong video. Hold on, wrong video. So he is actually giving more holes in the narrative. So Yasser Qadi said something, yes, but what he is saying is more problematic. Let me show this video first, and once this is done, I'm going to explain it because some people would not know what he's saying. So check this out, guys.
Mass transmitted hadith, right, and falls on the consensus of the scholars that this hadith is mass transmitted, then those hadiths are beyond questionable, like the qira'at of the Quran. The qira'at of the Quran, which are mutawatir, are 10 qira'at.
Do you believe the Mahdi?
Do you believe in the mutawatir?
Right. Do you believe the?
Do you believe the qira'at
Right.
of
Okay.
mutawatir?
Listen. Can I
Do you
ask
believe the qira'at of
right,
mutawatir?
about-
I'll ask you first.
about mutawatir?
Do you believe the
Right.
qira'at of
Right.
mutawatir?
Okay.
Watch how he does
Right.
this.
Right. Okay. First of all,
Anyone who's unable to understand the technical aspect is
the
dodging
Quran,
the
no,
technical
I'm not.
questions,
I'm not. Because
which
the
anyone with
Quran
knowledge
was never
is
established in the same way Hadith was established.
The qira'at from men.
Right. But the Quran was never
The
established.
qira'at were from
Yeah,
men,
but what's that
transmitted by
got- what's that
men.
got to do-
Transmitted
Yeah,
by
I know
men.
it's transmitted.
Exactly.
But it was never documented it was never used the
But
same
do you
method
believe in the
as
10
Hadith.
qira'at as mutawatir? Yes or no?
This is a
Why
technical
you
term.
avoiding it?
Because what is the point of this question?
Because then it shows your
Look,
method.
okay.
Epistemology is totally
Because
flawed.
people probably don't
Totally
understand this,
flawed.
right? Let me
Basically,
explain.
Mufti
Okay,
has a flawed methodology in understanding Islam. This
okay,
is why
wow,
he's-
that kind
this
of
is
really
why
that
he's giving-
escalated.
This is
because
why he's
it went from mutawatir
this
to
is
Islam.
this is what of course this is
Who was the guy?
mass transmitted hadith are 10 qira'at.
Do you believe the Mahdi?
Do you believe in the mutawatir?
Right. Do you believe the?
Do you believe the qira'at
Right.
of
Okay.
mutawatir?
Listen. Can I
Do you
ask
believe the qira'at of
Right.
mutawatir? I'll ask you first.
about mutawatir?
So they are fighting with each other that kiras are matawatirs. Matawatirs are that they are recited in a tawatur. Okay, so and so that they cannot be changed. And Mufti Abu Layth is saying that there is no documented proof that the qira'as of the Quran is in mutawatirs, and the other guy is fighting and saying you are stupid, and he's saying I have read all the books and I'm telling you hadiths have matawatirs, they have chain of narrations, they have everything. But when it comes to kiras of Quran, we do not have anything which could define how this kira, which was written in the 9th century, which was written in the 12th century, which was written in the 10th century, which was written in the 11th century, that what are the chain of narrator, what are the matawatirs, how did it reach us? He's saying there is no authority on that subject. So he's fighting on that because the other Muslim, he wants to show that Quran is perfectly preserved. So he's saying, you don't believe in mutawatis, you don't believe in mutawatis, you don't believe. He's saying, dude, that's not my point. My point is I do not have the evidence to show that. Do you have the evidence? And they are fighting. So when you study these subjects in details, you will see the holes in the narrative. Yasir Qadi just used this comment, this sentence. He is not using the sentence, but they are both saying the same thing.
Yep.
Do you see?
Yeah, I agree what you're saying. But when Yasir Qadi says something, he gets mad at Yasir Qadi. You know
Because
what
Yasir
he
Qadi
says?
says that out loud.
Yeah, so just as he's also saying it out loud, he's condemning sexual predators out. He's talking about he's against 9-year-old. I mean, people sleeping with 9-year-old girls and whatever. He's calling everything out. But he should be calling his own prophet who did that, because today, if you say, is it right to sleep with 9-year-old person? No. Is it right to do this? No. Is it right to do that? No. Everything, if according to him, is not right, then who is the person who committed all these things, right? Who is it? It is the prophet that he's following, the book that he's following. So he calls her Yasir Qadi, but it's okay for him. Don't touch him. I'm not like that. Don't touch my prophet. My prophet is okay. But he's condemning everything else that is in the book. That's why I can't understand this guy. Yes, he's funny. He makes you laugh, whatever. But I don't understand what's his issue. Everything you are spewing it out in the open. You're saying this is not right. This is not right. What he says hold in the narrative. But I said I cannot find any evidence which is both in the same line. But yet he goes and condemns somebody else. It's not making sense what he's preaching out there.
Yeah, he's condemning some of the hadiths, but not the Quran. Yasir Qadi attack was on Quran, but here in this room, he finally said it out loud as well. So yes, you literally speaking, I cannot give you the answer because I am not in his mind to answer this. Like seriously, but I can show you that how silly this whole narrative is.
He's
And
basically on the same page with Yasir Qadi. Yasir Qadi is saying it in a different way from a Western perspective. And he's saying the same thing, but he's just, in a different way. He's saying, but they're both on the same page. They're both making fun of the book.
mhm,
Even about
absolutely right.
Allah's sperm, Yasir Qadi was right what he said. I don't know what he was angry about, that strong and this and that, but because it was ridiculous to hear what Yasir Qadi was saying, so he was mad. Like, this is ridiculous. What is he talking? But yes, you're absolutely right. It's ridiculous what he said. I mean, it's not what he said. It's in your book, and that's why Yasir Qadi.
And I've
He said,
shown, yeah, and I've shown it's everywhere. It's written everywhere. It's written in Sahihans, which are means the authentic narrations. It is written in Ibn Kathir. It is written in Tirmidhi, Samarkandi. Like it's everywhere. So yeah, that's what it is. I'm adding you, Henry Strolled. I think he wants to come up as well. Hey,
can
Henry.
you also maybe not tomorrow? I don't. Whenever you are free, can you do a session about the Colorado shooter? Because I personally think it was a terrorist attack. He's from Syria.
There it could be, but
Yeah.
right now there is not enough information. So I have to run by assumptions, and that will be daif, you know.
No, you're not going to get information from the media because they're going to lie to you. But this guy went and killed almost 10 people. You can tell. I mean, you can tell that he was from Syria. He went out killing people because he'll use any other excuses. But come on, he's a Muslim, right? Why are you going and killing people for what? as a Muslim. I mean, if you are a Muslim, the only reason that you would go and kill is because of the book, not for any other reason.
No, there can be so many reasons. So let me say that out loud for everyone. I do not like Islam for sure. You know that. I criticize Islam, and I
Liar.
don't. Yes. Hold on, Henry. Let me answer that first. I criticize Islam. I am an ex-Muslim. I do not like. I hate the teaching of Islam. I will go even to say that. But the same thing is when an atheist kills, it can be a mental issue. It can be anything else. It can be hate. It can be him boiling out to an extreme. Same is the case when a Muslim does that. It does not always means that it is due to the association with the ISIS. There are, I have seen that 90% of times it is, but yes, there are 10% times when you do not see any association. So unless that things comes out by the right kind of investigation, it's not right for me to comment on that part. That's why I have not done that. So it can be some mental disorder, it can be that, and hence that's the reason, that's the only reason. Otherwise, I'm always up to exposing these cultish things, but right now I don't have enough information on that, and that's why I
Okay.
said that.
Yeah, because for me it looked suspicious. I was immediately, for me it looked like, as soon as I saw his name, I knew immediately it was a terrorist attack. It had nothing to do. And I won't be surprised if they are suppressing information, because usually they suppress information. You remember the Fort Hood? There was this a guy who was working in the army, and he was stationed over there, and he started shooting people a couple of years ago in Texas. You remember Fort Hood, Texas?
Uh-huh. But
During Obama's time, he was shooting people, and he was the one. He was the only one who had gun, and they do not allow military people to actually have guns on them for security reason. He was the only one, and then that's why he could go on a rampage and kill. And they tried to suppress it, but then in the end, they had to, because he shouted "Allahu Akbar." When he shout "Allahu Akbar" at the end, what does it mean?
Allah is great.
No, but when you shout that slogan, is it coming from a Christian or a Hindu, or who is it coming from?
It's coming from a Muslim.
Obviously, and then you would term that as an Islamic terrorist, right?
No, that's exactly what I'm saying. Allah Akbar does not means that he is an Islamic terrorist. When I was a Muslim, I would say Allah Akbar on so many things. I trip, I would say Allah Akbar. Even if I trip, I would say Allah Akbar. So Allah is the greatest. That's how we thought it is, but it's not. But that's a separate thing. But so saying Allah Akbar is not a term for, okay, I'm blasting myself, Allah Akbar. No, it is a very common thing. You say Allah Akbar in your prayer maybe 15 times every rakah when you do from the qiyam to raku. You say Allah Akbar, then you go to Sajud, you say Allah Akbar. So Allah Akbar is so commonly used terminology in Islamic Muslim people, and especially when you are seeing yourself being about to be killed, Allah Akbar would be the very easiest thing that should come out from your mouth to begin with. It's a loud chant, and then it's a Shahada, the La ilaha illallah and Muhammad Rasulullah. That's very common. Now, once again, unless a fair chain has been established for him being known with some Islamic ISIS terrorist organization or something like that, I would not proclaim it. I would not proclaim it. But once established, yes, I will. But I would like to clear that dilemma, that to all the people who are listening or will listen or watch, saying Allahu Akbar when somebody is being killed or is killing does not associate himself to be a terrorist. But 99% of the time, yes, it does happens like that, but it does not always mean that. That's,
Okay.
I would like to clear. It's just so common terminology. Like I don't think in Christianity there is a common terminology. Hallelujah. Okay, yeah, hallelujah. So everything, like we say hallelujah so many times oftenly without even thinking
Oh,
sometimes.
amen. Amen.
Or amen, yes, or
Amen
amen.
means yes, right? Yes.
Exactly. So
That's
it's
true.
Allah Akbar is kind of near to that it shows the superiority of Allah and something like that. So you cannot always associate it with terrorism. But
Okay.
Islam is nothing more than a cult, FYI. I want to
Islam,
say that as well.
Mormon. Yeah, Islam, Mormon, JW, all some of these they are cult.
Yeah, exactly.
They are cult. Anyway, thank you, Adam.
Thank you, sister. Thank you so very
Yeah,
much.
bye.
Henry, what would you like to state, buddy?
Hi, brother. I just want to say you are doing amazing job, and uh, I have followed you all your accounts, and the things is progressing, and I wish you best of luck. And the work you are doing, it's I know it's hard. The way you're doing, it's very difficult, and the life you have started in Jesus Christ is amazing, and uh, I have heard you many times, so I don't have any fear to say that probably you are better Christian than me. So I'm happy for that.
No, brother. You- n- Jesus is the best, and I am nothing. And we are all nothing. We are all his servants, and that's what we are.
Yeah, it's especially where the religion you was before. I have a few family member, and my last visit to them was very troubling, and after that I came back and I started researching. I start come across from some video of Sam, and then led me to watch some speaker corner debates, and then I come across CP, and that was like a moment of realization. Hey, somebody is there who understand the real, the real side of the Islamic world. And then I this whole new world come across me by watching video. You guys, Rob Christians, and it helps me to answer a lot of uh, answer as a Christian, as a not a very radical kind of Christian, and
Hmm.
I would say I'm very that helps me a lot to understand Trinity, to understand the doubts I have about my own faith, and the doubt I have, like my sister become Muslim like last 10 years ago.
Oh,
And yeah, I saw her this last year, and that was after 10 year because she was moved to different community, and that was very tough few years. So that's how we do. We just move on with the name of Jesus. We forgive people. We forget, and I know some point will come where we will be together and we discuss about these basic things that, and it just not sometimes bothers me that how I start conversation with her, and how it's going to be, but I don't want to uh, make things difficult for her because she is in a living with a Muslim family, you know.
hey, Henry, just give me a sec, buddy. Excuse me. Uh, John Doe, there is a link. Forestry can send it again. There is a link. Just click the link, and you will be able to come up live. You don't need a computer science knowledge. You will just have to mute and unmute yourself, and that's it. So come up live instead of just sending comments over there. Okay, that's one thing. Thank you. And Henry, uh, for you, brother, um, I don't think you should expose anything more on that subject matter. But
Yep.
whenever you have a talk with your sister, you already know my Discord server.
Yep.
Okay, I do these kind of private chats over there for certain people uh, who doesn't who would not want to come up live. I
Mm-hmm.
do that over there, so you can bring your sister over there, and
Okay.
we can go through with the Islamic scriptures, and we can know that further, because obviously there is something that me and your sister would like to have a one-on-one discussion on that.
Yeah,
So bring her.
I was thinking about about s- how I, give her link to talk to you because she lives in the family, and things could be difficult for her, and I worry, about her life and everything. It's just something.
Man, you should worry about the one who can tear up the soul versus the one who can just tear up the flesh. So at least she will come to know Jesus to begin with. She can be still hidden Muslima.
Yeah.
That's why instead of coming to my live show, I
Okay.
told you to begin with, bring her to my Discord server. It is not live, it's hidden, it's one on one. So
Okay.
at least she would know what is truth. What is the truth? And she should know, she should be able to differentiate between the truth and the lies. So that is why I told you bring her to my Discord server, not live.
Okay.
So she can be a hidden
Hmm.
Christian for the time being until she brings her husband to the reality, or then she can ask her husband to come to me live because I can speak with him live. So I do both of the things. There are certain things that I'm doing live. There are certain things that I'm doing on my Discord server which are not live. So that's how we can work.
All right. Thank you very much. And so far about this Mufti Abu Layth. So he is so hypocrite. He's talking in front of the camera, and he's opposite or off the camera. When his friend or somebody pushed him, he says, "Oh, okay, we believe in that," which
Yeah,
is,
that's the simple hypocrisy.
yeah, he just want to save his life from those people around him.
Yeah. All right. So John Doe, come
Thank you,
on.
man. Have a good
You,
day.
you're welcome, buddy. Thanks for coming up, brother. Appreciate it. John Doe, now is the time for you to come up. John Doe, we are waiting. Everyone is waiting. Just click on the link and come up. Like imagine. So while John Doe is trying to come up, let me show you the issues. Some of the people already know the issues. Okay, somebody is here. Okay, Sachin Kumar. Okay, whoever you are not going to come up until you change your name and get a better name. I'm not adding you in my live stream with this name. You can hear me already. So I'm kicking you off. Go change your name and come back with the right name. Okay. Some people just don't think that what they are doing. And whatever. Come on, John. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Okay, so let me, in the meantime, show the issues of the Aharutul or Kira. So when we talk about the Kira, the problem is that the early uh, Qurans does not have any diacritical markings. So when they do not have the diacritical marking, the reading is impossible. And that is what Mufti Abu Layth said, that it is not possible. Hey John Doe, your email address will not be shown. It will not be shown to me. It will not be shown to anybody. You just have to click the link. You will be logged in into the server of StreamYard, where neither me nor you can see each other's. Only the name that you would want to type when you come in, that is the name which will shown to me and to everyone. That's it. There is nothing else related to your email or anything which will be shown. So just click the link and come up. It's safe, secure, and that is why I send the link to everyone. So you don't have to be afraid on this topic that your email will be visible, somebody will hack you or anything. It's all secured by StreamYard. So don't worry about it. Okay. So now we will see that here this is the late 9th century Quran. It's called the blue Quran. Okay, because of the blue background. So we will look into this. When we look into this, we realize that the reading is almost impossible for this Quran, right? And when we see this, we come to the realization that when you add dots, you can make anything with the dots. Okay, and a, a very easy example would be, let me give you a very easy example. It's so easy to do it on paintbrush. John Doe, I'm still waiting. Don't make me wait too much. So the first thing that Muslims did, they created dot. So what does that means? The thing that, oh, I'm not even showing my screen. Sorry guys, sometimes I just mess up a little. Okay. The people who can read Arabic, what have I written over here? What is this? So right now you cannot read it. But if I put the dots, you can read it. Now this becomes ta'lamun, right? This becomes ta'lamun. Now you can read the right side. Now what if instead of two dots below, I make two dots here? It becomes ya'lamun. It becomes ya'lamun. Now the difference is, no, like this is how easy it is to see. Let me show you. Hold on, let me show you. Uh, la 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 la. This is, so when the first time dots were created, you will see this issue. And in the Hafs version of Quran, in the Hafs version, it is ta'lamun. Okay, in the Warsh version, it is ya'lamun. It's sorry, it is taqilun and yaqilun. That's another word. Hold on, let me get you ta'lamun and ya'lamun. My bad, man. Me do mistakes sometimes as well. Rather, I do mistakes a lot of times. Where is the ta'lamun or ya'lamun? Okay, let's read. Let's read another one. Okay, let's use Noghfir and Yoghfir. I don't know where is Talamun and Yalamun in Arabic differences, but I can show you Yoghfir and Noghfir. Check this out. Okay, if I go here back, this is Yoghfir and Noghfir. What is the difference between the two? Same thing. Let me write it again. Yoghfir. Yoghfir versus Noghfir. So instead of two dots here, if I put one dot here, the ya becomes na and you have two different words which can either mean we to he. Now this is not a big problem when it comes to Quran, because in Quran he we is always messed up, right? So that's not even a problem. What is a big problem is, let me show you another big problem, which is even more dramatic, because it has nothing to do with the dots. It has to do with diacritical marking. It has to do with diacritical marking, which is a big issue in itself. And I've shown that in my last video as well. Maybe somebody has missed it. Uh, God have mercy on them. May God have mercy on them. Again. Check this out. Util versus qatl. Util means kill. Kill. Qatl means fight. What is the difference? Guys, watch the difference. So Qutil is written Kaf, Te, Lam. Qatl is written Kaf, Te, and Lam. No difference so far, right? No difference so far, right? Now check this out. If I make a pish over here, it will become kill. And if I make a zabr over there, it will become fight. So the only difference is the diacritical marking, which was added 300 years after the death of Muhammad. So in all the verses where there is written as fight, that was made fight 300 years after the death of Muhammad. They should always be, they could always be read as kill. They could always be read as kill. All right. So all of those could very easily be read as kill. Hey Ori, thank you so very much for your super chat, buddy. Appreciate it. So now, if we look into this, it's very important that who changed Quran 300 years later by making it sound better and softer, just to add these two diacritical marking. So if we read 929, who can say that 929 does not mean skill, because it was done 300 years later? And like Mufti Abu Layth showed us that there are no mutawatirs to prove that Quran is spoken like this. There is no authentic proof for that. So what should I do? So basically in Quran chapter number 2, verse number 224. So Quran 2 224, where it says fight, right? 244, sorry. Quran chapter 2, verse number 244, where they translate as Waqatilu fi sabilillah, fight in the way of Allah. Why can, so who can say that it was fight in the way of Allah and it was not kill in the way of Allah? You know what I mean? Who can prove me that in Quran chapter number 2, verse number 244, it it meant to say, it is supposed to say fight and it is not supposed to say kill? Because this diacritical mark that makes this diacritical mark, this line, instead of writing it with a round thing begin, this line was added 300 years later. This line was added 300 years later. Who can prove me that this line was supposed to be this line and not the line that I draw in green? You see the problem? Do you guys see the problem? Because if we look at Quran chapter number 3 verse number 151, it already says cast terror into their hearts, right? So, and then we read Quran chapter number 4 verse number 89. Let me just get that as well, right? Uh, because if we read Quran chapter number 4 verse number 89, it says the same thing but in a different way, and then it makes it very clear, because there it's skill. There it is skill, because it says this. There you go. Now if you read this verse, you will definitely believe that it is skill. So it says that you do jihad, oops, uh-uh, 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 sorry guys, man, hold on, pin. Okay, so now if we see, ah, it is my, there we go. Sometimes it's a big issue that you throw them out from their homes fi sabilillah, for the sake of Allah. Okay, so you do what? You throw them out for the sake of Allah, and you seize them. You seize them and you kill them. Wa uqtuluhum. Now here, who made this thing there to make it kill instead of just this to make it fight? Because the context is already fight. So if the context is already fight, they do not need to make it sound like another fight. It will be contextually wrong. So they have to make it dash. But here, the jihad fi sabilillah, yuhajiru fi sabilillah. Why can it be killing? Because here, when you do the yuhajiru fi sabilillah, you have to kill them. You see? You see, 244 and 489. Who can prove me that by the matawatirs, in 2244 it was fight, and in 489 it was kill, according to the tawatirs? Explain. Nobody can do that. Nobody can do that. Nobody can do that. Now, we see 9, chapter number 9, verse number 123. Okay? Chapter number 9, verse number 123. Once again, we see the beautification of this thing. What do we see? Let me bring up that over here as well. 923. This is 923. Okay. Here once again, they added a dash on the top, making it sound like a fight. Ya ayyuhallazina amanu qatilu. Fight. So once again, who in the world of Islamic history can prove me that there should be a dash here, not this kind of a dash? So here you have kill, here you have fight, here you have another kill, which actually means kill, because ya ayyuhallazina amanu qatilu, no, qutilu, qutilul lazina, kill them. Kill who? Kill who? Kill who are near you, and let them find harshness in you. Harshness in you. Because in 489 it's saying the same thing. Because they are disbeliever and know that Allah is with the righteous. So now that's the basic issue, that 300 to 350 years later they added these dashes and these diacritical markings. 200 years later they added the dots. 200 years later they added the dots. And 300 years later they are adding the dashes. So what can you do about that? Nothing. Nothing. John Doe, why are you still sending comments rather than coming up? Hmm? All right, guys. I think that would be it. We have destroyed Salafis and Hanbalis and Shafis. So three school of thoughts are fully destroyed today. We went into Quran a little bit because it wasn't a topic, but because John Doe and someone else and uh, said something, and plus we saw that the issue of matawatirs of Quran according to Abu Layth. So we brought this thing up as well. I hope you guys liked it. Uh, Mr. John Doe is still not coming up, which is something that he thinks that he can't even defend anything, right? Uh, when the problem is, where is the manuscript? Where is the early manuscript? There was no early manuscript, and the earliest manuscript that we have are like this, which doesn't have dots, which doesn't have diacritical marking. So who is adding the diacritical marking 350 years later after the death of Muhammad? When are you adding dots? 200 years later after the death of Muhammad. So dots are added later. You can make it Nokhfir, you can make it Yokfir, you can make it Talamun, you can make it Yalamun, you can make Kulbuhum, you can make Kilibuhum, you can make a dog, or you can make an angel. So it's just so stupid that Muslims are actually saying anything which has to do with preservation of Quran. But they are forced to say that. They are forced to say that. Why are they forced to say that? Because Quran gave them a stupid promise. Indeed, inna nahnu nazzalna zikra wa inna lahu lahafizun. Because Quran gave them a stupid statement that now they have to say what they are saying. This is the problem. The problem is Muhammad in his ignorance stated this, that Allah said this. There you go. I'm putting it here on top. Muhammad in his ignorance stated this. Inna nahnu nazzalna zikra wa inna lahu lahafizun. And according to Muhammad, this is what Allah said. Indeed, we have sent down the message and we will be its guardian. Now, if Quran is not preserved, then basically Quran is wrong and there is no Allah. So Muslims has to fight left, right, and center, trying to prove that Quran is perfectly preserved. But this is the reality. Yep. Thank you. That's what John Doe is. That's what all of these are, basically, if you look at it. They run away. They are very brave when it comes to chatting, but when asked to come up, they run away. So now, this is the reality of the situation. And we have, I have just shown you in the last 15 minutes, like I've shown you that this is how crazy it is to say that Quran is perfectly preserved, because nobody can do that. Even Abu Layth is saying that there is no matawatirs on that. There is no authentic writings on that. You are thinking about the word of mouth, which is wrong and stupid to say to begin with. So with that, I'm going to end my stream because I think it's more than enough for today, and we already know Jesus is risen. Jesus is risen, and because this is the month where uh, in a few days we are going to have the hold on, let me just here and okay, so we have Easter very soon in a few days. So for the occasion of Easter, let me play this before I end my stream. Jesus is God, Jesus is risen, accept him, he's a free gift. Reject him and you are done already. So guys, enjoy, have a blessed day, evening or night wherever you are, and listen to Al Masih Kam.
هذا هو اليوم الذي صنعه الرب فلنفرح ولنتهلل به. المسيح قام من بين الأموات ووطئ الموت بالموت ووهب الحياة للذين في القبور. المسيح قام من بين الأموات ووطئ الموت بالموت ووهب الحياة للذين في القبور. المسيح قام من بين الأموات ووطئ الموت بالموت ووهب الحياة للذين في القبور. Χριστός ανεστιέπνε θανάτων, θάνατον βατήσας και της εν τη μνήμας η ζωή ευχαρισάμενος. Μεσσίας قام من بين الأموات ووطئ الموت بالموت ووهب الحياة للذين في القبور. المسيح قام من بين الأموات ووطئ الموت بالموت ووهب الحياة للذين في القبور. المسيح قام.
Yeshua Akbar Azim.